Everyone, it's Kelly Hampton and welcome to my channel. I'll be sharing with everyone Archangel Michael's predictions for the remainder of this year, September, October, November, December. And if you've recently joined my channel and would like to hear the earlier predictions from Michael at the start of this year, I'll have the links below in the description box. All right, so the Archangel began. Rest easy, dear ones. I am here to proclaim the world is coming to an end. What? The world is coming to an end? Yes. Hallelujah, he said. The world as you know it is coming to an end. As I share these likely outcomes and energy influences for the remainder of 2022, I hope and pray that I fill you with a sense of wonder and enlightenment, peace and calm, that I am able to respond to many of your thoughts, which we have been receiving from you, the collective. For the month of September, it appears as if change continues to paint your world landscape. This may also be understood as a theme for the remainder of this Earth year. Change, of course, comes in many forms. Those of you who are able to embrace change with a solid foundation of hope and faith will sail through these remaining months. For those others who are bound to the old ways, the remaining time in this year may seem and be felt like a huge burden of unending proportions. What are the old ways of which huge burden of unending proportions? What are the old ways of which I speak? Primarily the way your financial systems are guarded and run. Another example of an old way appears to be the way human beings communicate with each other. Allow me to restate that the remaining months presented to me will be changeable, not volatile. There is a distinction. Michael suggests that we affirm change is coming and change is good. I'm surrounded by the infinite love of the universal mind. He went on to share, allow me to explain the guarded financial systems. As the remaining months are presenting themselves as a collective and not month by month, it will be benefiting themselves as a collective and not month by month. It will be beneficial to think of my guidance in this manner. Continuing then, what changes are coming to the guarded financial systems on planet Earth? Several high-ranking elite will be quarantined and held accountable for their hoarding of your world's wealth. After the quarantine period, many will be stripped of their self-imposed authority and sent to work in coal mines and salt mines. This is not my punishment. This is God's law. The rippling effects from this will be felt differently depending upon where in the world you are living. Those living in the Eastern Bloc countries, or what was known as such, may experience a wave of unrest until the wave settles. There are still some elites which will wave of unrest until the wave settles. There are still some elites which will escape detection. They may try to stir up unrest purposefully. October and November appear to be the most changeable months. Those souls living in the South Pacific may feel the energetic shift of this quarantine in their weather. Other parts of your planet may experience heat waves or droughts as a result of the breaking apart and disillusionment of authority. Mother Earth has proclaimed her right to respond in any and all ways to prepare for the new age or the new awakening. The weather effects should be minimal. Perhaps some of you are wishing that I would define the financial ripples more fully. Again, this will vary largely based upon where our soul is living. Some areas, the ripples of bringing to justice Some of the elite will notice little change. Other areas based upon capita will find months to be ushering in the ways of creating wealth, new improved means of spreading wealth, and new means of currencies. New, improved, less controlled, and polluted transfers of wealth. Do your best to limit any time spent listening to or reading propaganda. This propagandist effort will continue into 2023 as the last bastion of control continues to crumble. How does one know if something is propagandist? Feel it with your hearts, not your minds. The Archangel went on to say, perhaps the most noteworthy expression of this time, however, is not the financial structure of your planet, but it is how human beings relate to each other. There are some cosmic influences near the end of October and into November, known as squares. Squared energies typically refer to challenging aspects. Dear souls, please be unusually kind and understanding to your fellow man during this time frame. And ask yourselves, what can you do now to be kinder and more humane? The consciousness of mankind is being tested during this period. How will mankind respond? Will mankind shut their doors, hoard food and water, place themselves first in all situations? Or will humanity keep expanding their hearts and reach out to others in need? It would be especially humbling to those hearing this message to plan on opening your doors to those souls and animals in need. He asks us to open our homes, open our hearts, open your concern to others less fortunate. You see, there are still some dark ones who do not want your planet to ascend. They live off fear, uncertainty, despair, and anxiety. Do you wish to feed this hungry giant? Fear and anxiety. Do you wish to feed this hungry giant? No. I implore you to stand in grace, stand in unity, stand in your sovereign power granted to each of you by the magnificent Godhead. If you witness greed, understand that unseen, loving, light forces are also working behind the scenes, and we will continue to do so through 2023 and 2024 to crush this. If you witness violence, understand that unseen, loving light forces from many light galaxies are also working behind the scenes to eradicate this frequency. If you witness ungodliness, understand that hundreds of thousands of angels, just as many ascended masters and galactic beings, are meeting regularly with plans to dismantle the control humanity has suffered from since the beginning. Some of these divine plans are of a secretive nature by design. Some of you may notice their presence in the cloud formations. Others of you sensitives may hear unusual healing sounds not typically heard by the human ear. And still others will see light ships in your skies where previously none have been witnessed. Hallelujah. The cosmic forces of light have a plan, a magnificent plan of liberation and freedom. The months of November and December will be busy with activity. The high councils of light are planning several meetings during this time. I have been asked to accompany other angels in this pursuit. Archangel Jophiel, Archangel Sandalphon, and myself have been assigned the task of spreading energetic healing resins across the waters of your planet. The dolphins and whales have also been assigned to assist us. The great birds of prey, the falcon, the eagle, and the condor, will be overlighting your earth's skies with freedom resins from the Octurians, Lyrians, and Palladians. The cougar, jaguar, the lion, and tiger have been assigned the task of imprinting more crystalline light energy codes into the soil of your mother. All of the animal kingdom has some type of unity mission this year, and many have already begun it. Would you believe it if I said that many dogs and cats under the age of 7 years have been imparting their fifth dimensional pure love wisdom into your personal homes? It is truth. Why not ask them? Michael said. If you find yourselves uncertain, he suggests that we go into prayer and meditation. Michael goes on to help us by saying, center and ground yourselves regularly, dear ones. Use the tool of light language to expand your way of existing, dear ones. Use the tool of light language to expand your way of existing in harmony. Use the star code to help ground you. 11, 8, 8, 12, silver, red, white. Also, as we get into a couple of these star codes, if you're new to my channel, I will have links in the description box that go into greater depth about what they are, how a person can use them, etc. And you want to use them with moderation. They're highly charged forms of light language, and you don't overuse them any more than you might sit down at a meal and gorge yourself. So you want to allow the codes to integrate. He goes on to say you may state them out loud while outside. Imagine them in your magnificent minds, as many of you might already know, or write them down in your appropriate languages. So, for example, the code with silver, red, and white, you don't necessarily have to think those colors, but let's say if you're listening in Japan, then that's your equivalent word for the colors and everything we're stating in English, or whatever language it is. Many of you we know will also invoke your guides for assistance as you use these codes. For those who appreciate insights into numbers, Michael suggests the following dates will be especially fortuitous. And there are several of them, and they are September 28th, 29th, October 8th, 10th, 12th, 17th, November 1st, 15th, 22nd, and 30th, and December 4th, 9th, 17th, 25th, 26th, and 28th. Then I asked the Archangel, any final thoughts, Michael? And he said, how does one resist fear? By opening the windows to more love, peace, shalom, Allah on high. Michael. And I would just like to add and thank everyone who's chosen to subscribe to my channel. Make certain that you tap the bell icon so you know when the uploads are. I'm going to intentionally get to a set schedule so everyone will know. I hope to have that in the description box also very soon. Also, if there are particular topics you'd like me to go into on my channel, please let me know of those things. Also, if you've not subscribed to my newsletter, I'll have the link below as well. There are many free offers, special insights that you'll be receiving as a result of that. I think I'm going to ask Michael, let's see, let me just say, if you're again new to my channel, I am a second wave Palladian, and my primary purpose here on Earth is to help anchor the Christ grid of ascension and continue to lead us into the age of Aquarius. So I think to bring some feminine energy into this prophecies from Archangel Michael, I'd like to invoke Mother Mary and see if she has a final blessing for us, so words of wisdom. Mother Mary, beloved Mary, I'd like to call on you to share with us now, as you're hearing this wisdom from Archangel Michael, to help prepare and support individuals. Could you please share something with us in your grace? And she's starting to say, I have loved each of you since eternity. Each of you contain the spark of greatness. Each of you are supremely powerful. Each of you have enough energy to light up one city block. The energy that I'm speaking of is self-love, love of others, love of the universes. If by chance some of you may feel weakened by my statements or feel as though this is not 100% your truth, know that it is the truth as we see it in the spiritual realms. Love never dies, it only changes form. So if you find yourselves in a space where my words do not capture your hearts as your truths, affirming, stating, visualizing the following could be a tool. I am love. I am love. I give love freely. I am choosing to be part of the greatest mass awakening my world has ever known. I know I have many guides that are here to support me through this journey. As I support myself, I may choose to support my family, friends, my homelands. I am safe. I am hopeful. I am prosperous. I am all that is. Okay, it was her message, everyone. Thanks so much. See you next time.